sleep. Tuesday's the one day, feels like a Sunday, and if it wasn't for one day, I wouldn't even notice. Wednesday's the hump day, get you out the slump day. Thursday's the day before that bread, so you pump day. Friday's the next, direct deposit.
And now it's the weekend, and you didn't realize it. It's your boy Dabrand, no. Yes, sir. We back with another one, that midnight special edition. We're gonna go from 1 to 2 and bring y'all up to speed with some of this craziness that's going on in the world nowadays. First off, now that you know that your boy the HCM Brando knows, we're gonna go ahead and start the shizzo, you heard? Let's get into this.
Arrested the lunatics that stormed the church in Minneapolis. And not only that, we got even more breaking news, because now a leftist judge is trying to stop President Trump and Pam Bundy for pretty much charging Don Lemon for a crime. So they got everybody else, the other guy that was in there attacking the priest. And of course, we seen Don Lemon. He was the one who led the mob into the church. And he tried to say he was a Christian himself. Yet Don Lemon, all he do is talk crap about white people, but yet he is married to a white man. So I just don't get that. And everybody been saying it. Something is definitely wrong with Don Lemon. So now you got a leftist judge that's telling President Trump that they can't do anything to Don Lemon, but yet President Trump just arrested the other individuals that stormed the church, and we definitely about to dive straight into it. And not only that, President Trump is calling for Ilhan Omar to be investigated over her net worth being more than $30 million, because President Trump said, you in Congress, there's no way you should be making that much money. And we already know that this woman is a fraud. It's nothing new. We know she's a fraud. She needs to be deported. So we got a good bit to get to. So please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, shout out to everybody showing so much support, and shout out to the one that always watches the entire video. I appreciate all of you, especially the ones that let me know in the comment section that you did stay to the end. All right, so please hit that like button. It's very, very important to hit that like button. So let's dive straight into this, and we're gonna start out with Ilhan Omar, then we're gonna get into the arrest that was just made by the lunatics that stormed the church. So you can see right here where President Trump said right here, say, Congressman Ilhan Omar, let's make sure y'all can see it. Congressman Ilhan Omar is worth over $30 million. There is no way such wealth could have been accumulated legally while being paid the salary of a politician. She should be investigated for financial and political crimes, and that investigation should start now. So now she's in hot water. She's definitely in hot water, and we've been talking about this for the longest. So all of a sudden she came in as a politician, you know, worth $64,000, and all of a sudden over a course of 2 years, 3 years, you're worth over $30 million. Where did that money come from? Where did it come from? And that right there is exactly what President Trump is talking about. So when you see it right here, I want y'all to see how Ilhan Omar was disrespecting this reporter, and all this reporter was doing was asking her questions. Check this out.
Congresswoman, Republicans have repeatedly stated that you committed immigration fraud. Are you at all worried about a formal investigation that could perhaps lead to your deportation?
Are you one of those people?
One of those people. Look how she's
talking.
talking.
That means, but are you at all concerned?
Do I look concerned?
I guess not.
Okay.
All right. What about the Minnesota fraud hearing? You didn't show up for that. Do you think you should have?
Why should I have?
Well, it happened in your state. Don't you want to defend your position?
There were people from my state that were there.
Golly.
But why not you? I mean,
she said there was people from my state that was there. So she don't want to, she said she wasn't going to go to the hearing because it's people in her state that was there. But yet I'll tell you the truth.
There's allegations that you're complicit in the fraud. Wouldn't you want to show up?
Why would there be an allegation that I'm complicit? How would I be complicit?
Well, what about Tim Walz?
Do you just ask stupid questions? Is this your thing?
Stupid questions. Look at
curious
her.
to get your thoughts. I mean, there's a lot of controversy around the issue. $9 billion in fraud in the state of Minnesota.
$9 billion?
You don't think so?
Look, she up here acting like the reporter is stupid or something. She says $9 billion in fraud, and then you got Ilhan Omar, $9 billion. Is it really $9 billion? Oh my God. It's like, come on with the passive aggressive stuff.
Yeah, and counting. Probably more, honestly. You think that's fake news or what?
That is more than half of the resources that are allocated.
Okay.
So you genuinely, like, your brain has told you that it is possible for half of the resources.
I'm just going off of what
for our public service to, like, have disappeared, is what you're saying.
Countless Minnesota state representatives, whistleblowers have come
listen
forward.
to yourself, though.
I'm
Like,
trying.
just think about that for a second.
Maybe if you showed up at the hearing, you would know that
just think
whistleblowers
about
are
that
being
for a second.
retaliated against for exposing the fraud. Why is that? Why are they being
But
tracked and
just
traced?
think about what you're asking. Who is tracing whistleblowers?
She's acting stupid like she don't know what's going on. And we know for a fact that Tim Walz threatened his workers not to open their mouth because he wanted them to keep quiet because he knew he was part of the fraud that was going on. And Ilhan Omar sitting here acting like she don't know what's going on. Oh, $9 billion? Oh, who said that? Oh, who did that? Acting as if she don't know anything.
Minnesota state officials, Tim Walz, anyone who dares to speak out against the government.
Tim Walz is doing something to
Yeah,
whistleblowers?
why
Look
is
at
Tim
this.
Walz stepping down if he's, innocent? Why isn't he running for re-election?
Because he's had 8 years to serve
That's
as
not
our
the reason
great
why.
governor.
He was going to be vice president of the United States if Kamala
Yes,
won.
and he would have been an excellent vice
But
president.
now he's stepping
much
down.
better than the person we have right now.
Oh, my
Now he's
God.
stepping down as governor. Any comment on that? You don't think he's maybe?
And you see how she's acting now. We get to this one right here. It say Ilhan Omar looked terrified after she was confronted about getting investigated by the oversight committee for her net worth. Now, we heard what President Trump said. Now, look how she's acting now.
Can you tell us what
She don't be wanting to talk about this.
The Oversight Committee launching an investigation into your net worth, you and your husband's net worth. They're claiming that it's risen rapidly. What's your response to what they're saying?
Oh, she don't want to talk about that. Look at her.
Do you think they'll find anything in their investigation into your net worth?
So she wouldn't talk about everything else, but she don't want to talk about how her net worth went from a negative $64,000 to $30 million in like 2 years. How did that happen? How did that happen? But yet she's quiet, she's smiling. She's going to jail. Look, she don't want to say
Response to
nothing.
what you've seen from ICE in Minneapolis. You said you're going to vote to not fund DHS, the whole department, or just ICE?
Look at her. She don't even want to say anything. So let's get off Ilhan Omar. She nervous right now. So here we go right here. It say just in photos released of 3 arrested leftist psychos who terrorized women and children in the Minnesota church just to protest ICE. It was William Kelly, Nakima Levy Armstrong, and I think say Chantil Louisa Allen. And it said more is on the way. It said FBI Director Cash Patel said every last individual who allegedly targets our brave federal law enforcement, target places of worship, or in any way pays for or facilitates such illegal activity will be pursued and will be caught. So here go the photos of this lady right here that was there. Here go another young lady that was there that they got that they arrested. And here goes this clown right here with the F Trump beanie on that been running his mouth. This clown right here been running his mouth as if somebody is scared of him. So just so y'all don't know who he is, this is the guy right here. Say William Kelly, who filmed himself storming a church in Minnesota and harassing congregants, had been arrested. And check out what he was saying. Just check this out.
As you can see, all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No! Jesus would dine with immigrants. You do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens.
Hey, you can't. Don't be.
You are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians. But we know you live an easy life, don't you? A very easy life while people are starving. Shame. Out now.
Look at this.
Out now.
And here she go right there. Look at her. Look at all of them in there that's coming in there just, messing up what's going on in church. In the middle of this, and the pastor he was just pissed off. And this is what they was doing.
Living real comfortable while the people starve. Living real.
Now the people starting to leave and they still harassing them. And this is the clown, William Kelly, who is now arrested.
Comfortable while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're all living real comfortable, aren't you? Shame on you. Do something. Stand with the Somalis. Stand with the Latinos. Quit ignoring this injustice. He wears a suit and tie and he hangs out with Kristi Noem. How is that a Christian? You're supposed to accept all immigrants, are you not?
Look at this.
Why are you not going down to Whipple and joining us in protest against...
So now he's following behind them, harassing them. Now they leaving away from him and he's still walking behind them, harassing them.
...this inhumanity. You claim to be a Christian, act like one.
And that's the reason why this goofball is in jail right now. That's why he has been arrested. And you can see, like I said, show y'all again on the picture, that the police got him. And this is where he get. Just absolutely freaking insane, man. And you can see right here by Eric Daughter, he said, it's official. William Kelly said, come arrest me, Pam Bundy. And Pam Bundy right here, you can see right here say, okay. And that's exactly what she did. Look at this dude.
Concentration camps. So you know, Pam Bondi, you want to come and arrest me? You want to come and give me charges? So be it.
Yesterday, I went into a church with Nakima Armstrong and I protested these white supremacists. A pastor of the church is a fucking ICE leader in the city.
As you can see, all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. So
this guy's a straight clown. So obviously they've been saying he was paid to do this. I don't know, but just be going in there. He had, like, kids was crying. And like I said, led by Don Lemon. Led by Don Lemon. So it is just absolutely crazy, man. So it's a break-in. Stephen Miller erupts out the Minnesota. A magistrate judge protects Don Lemon from criminal charges despite Lemon storming a Minnesota church. The magistrate is married to an AG, Keith Ellison, which is a Democrat. Is that everyone serious understand that the justice system is rigged? Far-left prosecutors, magistrates, judges, juries unhesitantly shield their violent activists and gleefully imprison their political opponents, unrigging the system necessary for the survival of the republic. And look at what he was doing in there.
Happen here. When you violate people's due process, when you pull people off the street, you start dragging them and hurting them.
And this is him fear-mongering. Some people just lying. So he led the mob into the church, and here he go lying, talking about when you do this, when you do that, just straight lying.
And not abiding by the Constitution. When you start doing all of that, people get upset and angry. And if you remember what the Civil Rights Movement was about, the Civil Rights Movement was about these very kinds of protests. There's nothing in the Constitution that tells you what time you can protest. You can protest at any time. That's the whole point of it, is to disrupt, to make uncomfortable. And that's what they're doing. And that's what I believe when I say everyone has to be willing to sacrifice something. You have to make people uncomfortable in these times. If you see how uncomfortable...
Let me act like he don't know what the face act is, but he gonna find out, I tell you that. And then, like I said, they said even like before he even stormed in there, he was interviewing people, so he knew what was finna happen. And he trying to lie saying what I was doing was journalism. No, it was not. And here you go right here, say the magistrate judge in Minnesota who refused to allow charges for Don Lemon is married to the assistant attorney general. Overrule him, arrest Don Lemon. So here he go messing with another guy outside of the church.
These people have come into our house and they've interrupted our worship. This is a house of peace, and we try to proclaim that. And this stirs division and rancor. And in the end, it's not helpful. Ultimately, I believe they've lost. They've emptied a house of worship. Everybody's gone home. Their point has been proven worthless. And so, in the end, I think they lose. But more importantly, if I was to break into any of their houses uninvited, cause derision and upset according to their values, I would be kicked out ultimately. It's not a good way. I feel violated. I feel interrupted.
So Don Lemon listened to everything this man saying, said, hey, man, we feel violated. They interrupted us. You know, we was in the middle of prayer or we was doing this. And Don Lemon don't have no care in the world. His whole thing is, let me just let the man talk, and then he's just going to try to say some crazy stuff afterwards.
I feel angry.
May I ask you something? When you were saying if you had showed up at their house, they're saying that people are showing up at houses where they're citizens without due process and breaking and entering the house. One that we saw, I've been watching from New York, with a battering ram into someone's private property, and there's no recourse. There's no, you understand what I'm saying?
This is all part of a much larger dialogue, in my opinion. You know, on one side.
Look at this woman right here. Here she goes. She one of the main ones. One of the main ones that's doing this. And Don Lemon, and all of them is led by old Don Lemon.
Are people who watched a previous administration bring 12 million people in over the course of 4 years. And many of them undocumented, many of them criminals, etc. This is another administration's corrective. Now, whether you agree with the policies or procedures, I think I could actually be sympathetic to some of the things where there have been challenges to action and decency. At the same time, these are what are called targeted interventions by ICE to keep the American people safe.
Now, let me finish. And they're American citizens, many of them. Most of the people that they detain don't have criminal convictions or criminal records.
I'm not going to get into the weeds.
But you should know that, though. Don't you think that's part of it?
See, look what Don Lemon is doing. Sitting up here lying, trying to just put something on the man, trying to say, oh, would you see what I'm talking about? Do you agree with me? This is the stuff that I'm talking about. Don Lemon is full of crap. Why is he there? He's irrelevant. He's an ex-CNN host. He been fired. He been gone. And now he's just trying to, you know, pretty much chase clout now because don't nobody talk about him no more. And so his whole thing was let's just lead a mob into a Christian church. But yeah, he says he is a Christian.
Yes, and I could also show you many opposing sides where we're also picking up the very criminals that have put Americans in danger. And I'm not saying it's pretty. I'm not saying it's not messy. I'm not saying it couldn't be better. I'm saying this is a part of a much larger dialogue in which one administration caused a great deal of chaos and havoc and danger for American citizens, and another is trying to correct that.
Do you believe that? Why honestly, let me talk to you. Just
on gonna say, so the man said everything he had to say, and then Don Lemon, do you believe that? Look what Joe Biden calls with the open border, letting all these illegal aliens in here. Look at like what happened to Lakey Riley and all the other young girls. Look what happened to them because of that border being open, because of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And Don Lemon knows that. And he's sitting there like, oh, do you really believe that?
Not a journalist.
Just saying, I want to give you the facts.
No.
Did you know that undocumented people and immigrants commit far less crime than American citizens?
We're done here. We're done here.
Than natural-born Americans? You won't listen.
If you could ask
I'm giving you the facts. It is.
Give me facts. I would have a conversation.
But I can respond to you.
No.
Did Jesus stand with the oppressed?
Because he doesn't want to listen to facts.
No, he don't want to listen. He don't want to listen to no bull crap that's coming out of your mouth. He don't want to hear that crap that y'all be talking about.
That's the interesting thing about this is that they won't listen to facts.
No.
You won't because
pose as a journalist.
I am a journalist. Journalists give facts.
And then you start correcting me with facts and don't have.
You shouldn't hear the facts.
Of course, I should hear the facts.
Most of the people who are picked up
will you give me the facts on both sides?
That is the facts.
See, that's the thing. He said, "What about the facts on both sides?" Don Lemon just trying to make it one side, trying to make this man hate Donald Trump and hate what's going on. That's what he's trying to do. And this man here is not falling for it.
On both sides. Most of the people who are picked up and are detained are not convicted. They have no criminal convictions. They have no criminal records.
Oh, my God.
That immigrants commit far less crime than native-born Americans.
That man don't want to hear that crap.
They won't listen to the facts. Anyways,
That's what I'm talking about. He don't want to hear that stuff coming from Don Lemon. And look what he's doing. He just lying. Walking behind that man just lying, telling a lie. last thing I want to show y'all that JD Vance nails it. The arrests are here. The left cannot storm churches without getting criminal charges. Check out what JD Vance had to say.
First of all, if you interrupt a church service, you ought to get arrested, you ought to go to prison. And I think we wanted to send a very clear signal at the Department of Justice that you cannot interrupt people's rightful worship without expecting there to be any consequences. In the same token, you can't assault a law enforcement officer without expecting to get arrested either. So the Department of Justice, I think, has been on the case here in Minneapolis where this really started as an anti-fraud operation. I think a lot of folks in the Democratic Party decided they didn't want to talk about fraud from Somalians. They wanted to talk about the brutality of immigration enforcement, as they call it. And so what you've seen a lot is this sort of viral effort to try to inflate what's actually going on, to overstate the wrongs that have been committed and understate the very serious problems that we have with immigration enforcement in this country for a long time. And they're just trying to distract. They think that if they can turn ICE into this evil monster, it will distract from the fraud and it will distract from the Biden open border. And we're just not.
I said that the other day, and I'm glad JD Vance said that. That they trying to use this Renee Good situation. They trying to use this church stuff. They trying to use whatever they can to get away from this, from people talking about fraud. And I told y'all this 2 weeks ago. I'm not going to forget about it. We even got more video because I still got to cover Nick Sorter pretty much exposing more fraud at a hearing that he did. So we definitely got to cover that one as well. So like I said, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel with your notifications turned on. That way you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. And salute to JD Vance. But, man, they got to get Don Lemon. Don Lemon got to go to jail. So now is a leftist Democrat judge that's pretty much right now at this moment, at the recording of this video, is blocking, President Trump and Pam Bundy for arresting Don Lemon. Now, they got the other ones, but now they won't let them get Don Lemon just yet. But there's ways around it, and I will keep y'all up to date as more information comes out. But like I said, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.
Tuesday's the one day. Feels like a Sunday, and if it wasn't for and even notice. Wednesday's the
guys, get on in here. So Anton Daniels responds and plays victim using his own daughter. Now, this shit has gotten ridiculous, and I'm going to get into it. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. If you have not, make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, this will be an awesome time to do so. Let's get into it.
She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea, but it's still too hot. Lady,
I get my two. I get my two.
It's your boy Dabrand knows that evening edition of current events. Bring you up to speed,
I get my two.
Get y'all out before I put it down. Pick it up in the morning. Let's go.
My 2 days off. My 2 days off. I get my two. I get my two.
Ooh, y'all, let's get into it. First and foremost, from what I'm hearing is Anton's daughter is 17 years old, okay? So he's referring to her as a child. She's a young adult, okay? Now, while I don't condone anything with any child, let's just put this out on the table. First of all, Anton, you have done a week. It hasn't been a full week of videos talking about this situation over and over again, trying to get yourself in the algorithm, just going crazy about this situation. You were the very one that said that when they go low, you go to hell, okay? So you also said that you can't say something to people and predict how they retaliate. Now, I don't agree with him calling your daughter ugly, but I had to go back and watch the video because you making it seem like it was something.
I get my two. I get my two. I get my 2 days off. My 2 days off. I get my two. I get my two. I get my 2 days off. My days off. I
Meet AI Drafts by Evena, the fastest way to draft any document in the case lifecycle, built on the largest personal injury dataset and tailored to your firm. AI Drafts.
Monday is the worst, first day of the week. Always seem to feel I never get enough sleep. Tuesday's the one day, feels like a Sunday, and if it wasn't
more than
Monday,
it was, it's kind of given really what type of parent you are. Now, from what I understand, he said your daughter was ugly. If I'm correct, and I'm going to play the video, but you're making it seem as if your daughter is dying, and I just don't understand what the hell you're talking about. So I'm going to play the video. Now, I wouldn't have called your daughter ugly, but let's just be honest. I mean, we're all adults here. Are you saying that your daughter never heard that word before? Nobody ever said it to her before? Kids are cruel. They say some of the nastiest things. So, Anton, please stop. You are now using your daughter to try to play a victim role. And why I don't agree with what Corey said, you're taking it a little bit too far. You're putting out all of this stuff in the atmosphere as if Corey has done the most salacious thing to your child, when only thing he said really was that the girl was ugly. Now, you are telling me,
That's all he
Anton,
said.
you're saying that you've spent millions of dollars on your daughter and you've done all these things, but it seems like you didn't invest the $1 million the appropriate way, because my children are grown, but at 17, if somebody would have called my daughter ugly, she would have read the F-U-C-K out of them, and it wouldn't affect her one way or the other. So I'm just trying to understand, why is your daughter so broken up over a man she don't know? I mean, does your daughter know Corey? I'm a little bit confused, but we're going to get into it. Maybe I'm missing something. It could be that I'm missing something. I just don't understand why Anton is taking to the internet to make it seem like his daughter need to go in the hospital because somebody called her ugly. Like, I am confused. Y'all, please help me to understand. Anton, you are now using your daughter, and you are disgusting, because listen.
Why waste another summer not loving your body?
With Base 44, we turned that question into a successful business.
A woman has an average of 80 summers in her life. Our brand is about enjoying every single one.
We want women to feel secure in their own bodies
and to celebrate themselves. We got an opportunity for a pop-up.
And we needed a POS fast. Every system we looked at was too complex or didn't offer what we needed. Eitan had the best idea ever.
I thought that maybe we can do it with Base. I spent one evening working on Base, building it layer by layer, from checkout, sales and WhatsApp invoicing, through inventory management. By morning, we had a customized solution that actually worked.
Our first day was crazy.
People were standing in line outside the door.
They were like,
oh my God, thank you for making it happen.
I think it was the second day when I realized we're starting to sell out.
We had a list of over 100 girls that were just waiting for our restock.
That got me really stressed out because I knew that it's really important that I will generate new inventory very fast. So me on my laptop on a side desk, telling Base whatever I needed. 3 minutes later, I had that view that I could send to my designer to create another order. I was happy with myself, with the situation.
We could also personalize everything, like creating a scheduling system with a tagline and an avatar for each team member. They loved it so much and immediately suggested upgrades.
Having my employees excited about a feature in my selling point was really outstanding for me. Now we're thinking bigger, new countries, new locations, shipping integrations.
It was my dream, and we really brought something good into the world, and Base made it possible.
Clothing brand owners want to know how to get results like this, and this. The truth is, there's no magical Facebook ad that will be your silver bullet for your online clothing store. You need a system if you're going to get consistent long-term results. And honestly, most e-com agencies are one-trick ponies. They're good at the ads but cannot help you in every other aspect that makes a clothing store successful, like emails, SMS, website optimization, content creation, etc., etc. But what if you could install a proven multi-channel system into your online store's marketing, like predictably got results like this and this and this? And what if I told you that my team would help you grow your clothing store or apparel brand with no questions asked, money back guarantee? Would you want to hear me out? My team will come in and help you install this entire multi-channel system and guarantee to make you enough money to pay for our services. And if we don't, you get a full refund. So essentially, our company will guarantee you 3 key results. Number 1, we will help you install the proven system that helped hundreds of clothing stores scale online. We have taken out the guesswork and created a proven framework that takes all of the areas of marketing for your business and aligns them to help you grow. Number 2, we'll give you one-on-one assistance to adapt the strategy to your brand. It's not generic, to your brand. Our experts will meet with you and provide individualized suggestions in their fields ranging from content creation, website optimization, email and SMS, and marketing strategy. If you follow our proven process and don't make a return on investment within the next 12 months of implementation, we will refund you 100%. We guarantee those results. So if you don't make your money back, you don't pay. Now, obviously, you have to hold up your end of the agreement to qualify for the guarantee, but more on that later. Now, why can we make such a bold promise like this? It's simple. Look at our track record. We work with brands like Shop Style Your Senses, a women's clothing boutique that we were able to generate over $1.1 million from advertising, just spending $258,000. That brand is now doing well over $1 million per month. Or like Raised On It, which was a southern-based clothing brand that specializes in t-shirts. We helped them grow 98% after introducing our ad strategy and helping them scale successfully. Or Bella's Baskets, which we helped scale their online store 69% with no prior advertising experience. She was a mom, she had multiple kids, trying to make this brand grow, no prior experience, plugged this in, and grew her online store by 69%. Or Sway Polewear, which is an international brand who, due to the nature of the product, was unable to spend money on ads, was able to grow her clothing brand by 70% using the other areas of our strategy. So if that's all you need to hear and you want to speak with my team, book a call below and we'll demo with you on exactly how this works. We have no incentive to sell you on anything because, again, if this doesn't work, you do not pay. Now, if you want to know why this works so well, we don't just focus on one area of marketing. We've identified 5 key pillars to grow and to give you actionable steps for each of them. These pillars are website conversion, traffic, profit, your customer experience, and an organic strategy for your overall branding. When most agencies take over an account, they add their one key ad campaign or email flow that looks great for the first few weeks, but they fail to see long-term growth because they didn't address the other issues holding back the account. This can work if you're lucky, but we've created a system that removes the need for luck. Remember, it's the exact training that helped Mallory from SSYS or Shop Style Your Senses see a 4.5x ROAS on over a $250,000 ad spend. Or CJ from Raised On It grow 98% after introducing the ad strategy. Or Ashley from Bella's Baskets to grow her brand 69% with no prior advertising experience. Or Agata from Sway to grow her clothing brand 70% without paid ads. So what are you waiting for? Click below, schedule a demo with our team to show the exact process that helped these and so many other brand owners online. Our team's calendars fill up fast, so book your call today.
Unfortunately, people say the most crazy things when in battle. Now, I don't agree bringing up the kids, but people do it because somebody did it to me. Now, here's the deal. Did I go back and tell my then kids, who they're grown now, and say, hey, somebody said this about you? So when you say your daughter had to go to the principal's office, what the F-U-C-K is she talking about? I mean, are you talking about? Is your daughter in school or is she following the 5150 club? None of this shit makes sense. But y'all, we're going to get into it. We're going to break this down because I know some of you guys don't watch every single video. So we're going to get into it. Corey Holcomb responded on the 5150 Club after Anton had did weeks of promo dragging Corey to the smithereens, and Corey finally said something back, and Anton is booted but hurt, y'all. We're going to get into what Corey actually said, and the reason why I want to get into it because I don't know like what I missed. I'm simply he didn't have to call a child ugly, but you act like this is a 2-3-year-old who can comprehend. This is a 17-year-old who has been around kids all the time. Unfortunately, kids are disgusting and they do disgusting things. Now, let's just get into what Corey said because I feel like I'm missing something. And I've watched this more than 2 times, but let's get into it, guys. This is what Corey said, and this is why Anton is now on a press tour to include his daughter, which is interesting because Corey also said something about his wife, but I guess he don't give a damn about her. So let's get into it.
Ugly ass boy. You an ugly ass boy. You brag on having no children out of wedlock. You got a picture of his daughter? I'm a dirtbag. You got a picture of his daughter?
That nigga got a picture.
This motherfucker brag on not having no children out of wedlock. What happened, D? It crashed. That's the broad. Y'all can get the broad off. That's his daughter. This man said he ain't got no children out of wedlock. Nigga,
that's Cool Mo daughter.
That's who?
Not Cool Mo D, Cool Mo daughter.
That's the air up there, nigga. Look, nigga, let me tell you something. Don't make no more kids, nigga. That bitch gonna be buying pussy like you after a while. If you don't know, nigga, don't ever brag on no motherfucking what you ain't got. Don't nobody want no kids with you, nigga. Don't nobody want no kids with you. Your prime years, you was a scammer, nigga. You was doing scams. Now that you older and found a way to manipulate, get dude off the screen. Get dude off the screen, man. Who the fuck is that, nigga? This motherfucker cat. I'm the captain now. Look at it. Hey, look. Let me tell you something. Don't make no more daughters, dog. You got to make it where your shit come out with a boy so he can make excuses for him. But you ain't got no kids out of wedlock because ain't no bitches fucking with you. He was on the internet bragging, I always got a bad bitch with me. No.
Okay, so that is Corey. I mean, he did make some statements about his daughter. I'm going to let it play. It wasn't, all of that. So I'm just a little bit curious, but we're going to get into Anton's response. Now, could it have been avoided? Absolutely. But what I want to speak to is the victim mentality. I mean, you're acting as if somebody came and kidnapped your child, jumped on your child. Like, what are you talking about? So again, I hear Corey making, some statements, seemingly saying she's ugly is what I'm getting. But I guess I don't get what you as a father is what you're instilling in your child, because you're giving Corey, why are you even speaking to your child about what Corey said? Who gives a damn? So I'm just not understanding it, but let us let it play. Maybe I missed something. I don't know what I missed, but let's let it play.
You pay a bitch to be with you, nigga. You ain't no nigga who got bitches. You buy bitches like the little bitch you had with you, goddammit, who motherfucking made that story sound like she wanted to sound. I got to town Tuesday. Did you get to town Tuesday? Or was you in Vegas with him? I don't know. Did you get to town Tuesday, really? So you let that man lie to you, bring you up here, talking about you holding the show, and you ain't mad at that nigga? I seen you on that show when he said something about dick sucking to the other dude. You know what kind of nigga that is. But sister, let me tell you something. If you trying to get on come get it on your back like the women who really moving up in the world. You can get on the show, but it's other things that got to be got on. That's all I'm saying. This is show business. You got to do what you got to do. You doing it, it's just you doing with a lane. That motherfucker spent you. Told you, yeah, I'm gonna put you on the show. That nigga ain't got no power up here. He ain't got nothing to do. The only power he had was to run his mouth. That's all he did. Run his mouth. When a man challenged him, he backed down. So if you want to be on the show, because I heard you say, I went to Corey Holcomb's show out in DC and he was funny and all that shit. Shawty, you can earn it fucking with me. You ain't gonna make no baby that look like that. You a little short girl though. You gonna give me a little swole runt, nigga. But I hit bitches like that. Dude hit bitches like that because he flat out bought her. I'm gonna indirectly buy you. Everybody who I buy hate me later because they be like, you ain't really give me shit. Don't be lying talking about you came out here to do the show. You came out here kicking with that big old ham sandwich because you know that motherfucker gonna trick off real good with you. The show, you probably was disappointed because you ain't get on the show. That's because I didn't know you when you was with dude. You see what the show had? Meet me outside one day and say, Corey, I'm trying to earn something. We good. You got to clip his wife? Yeah.
Scribe is how you stop explaining the same thing over and over at work. Watch this. It'll change your life. Raise your hand if you told your boss how to do the same thing more than once. Thought so. That's why there's Scribe. Go to scribehow.com, click Capture, do the task once, and Scribe will create a step-by-step guide you can share automatically. You ever walk someone through a giant process and know they'll forget half of it? Scribe puts everything they need to know. Instructions, pictures, videos, all on one page. So the next time they ask, you can just send the link. I know what you're thinking. They still click the wrong thing half the time. Check this out. Scribe will literally guide them through it click by click. Warning, they're gonna think you're a genius and ask you how you did it. Just say Scribe. Scribe instantly turns any workflow into a step-by-step guide, so you never have to explain it again. Go to scribehow.com and try it for free. You don't even need a credit card.
Taxes was feeling unwelcome. Now Taxes is an open door to new TurboTax stores. Meet our experts. They do your taxes, so you can walk out with confidence. Now this is Taxes.
Okay, guys. So I just wanted to speed that up a little bit because that was pretty much all he said about the daughter. Then, as you guys heard, he said, do you have a clip of his wife? So y'all let me know in the chat. Again, I wouldn't have said it, but I'm just trying to figure out what the hell was said that makes Anton come on his live telling the world that his daughter needs to have all of this therapy and all of this BS. Let's just get into it. I mean, because this is really, really sad that we're, not aware that you're out here using your daughter now. Like, is it that bad? Now you say you're so rich. Why are you even on this? Like, leave this alone. You don't have to, enable any of this behavior. But let's just get into it because I just want to react to what he said, and it's raising some eyebrows. But let's just get into Anton and what he's saying.
Yesterday and all of that, right? They were sending me everything that was being said about my daughter and my wife and all of that stuff, right? And so the thing that I try to tell people on a regular basis is this. Never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, let your emotions make you make illogical decisions. We are a thinking people now. We are evolving. We are no longer subjecting ourselves to the same rules as the streets, as the culture, as the thing that we criticize the most. So I'm gonna just say this. I'm not gonna make it a long thing. I'm gonna be very, very clear, and we're gonna move on. I'm not gonna address it again. All right. So here's the thing. Since the beginning of time, I've always, my number one thing in life, above all, when I made the decision that I wanted to have a kid, and I said that I was only going to have one kid because I wanted to make sure that I poured every single resource that I could into the kid, right? And that is the purest thing that we can do, is that we can take care of our children. Our children are the ones that are our future. Now, I'll give you a little bit of insight for those of you that may not be familiar with my daughter. USA team, at different points throughout the year, she's usually ranked about number 2 or number 3 in the country. Junior Olympian, probably has close to over 325 medals, of which 200 and maybe 80 of them are gold. Has traveled across the world representing our country, and is probably the sweetest soul that I personally know. Now, of course, we can be a little bit biased because all of our kids are the sweetest things to us, those of us that are in our kids' lives and that are participating in our children's lives. But a very, very accomplished minor child, meaning that she's still a child. And one of the things that I tell my daughter every single day is that I want you to stay in a child's place. I never want you to grow up too fast. I never want you to be out here doing things that you're not supposed to do, because you have an expectation on your life. And so the thing that I've always done is try to protect my daughter against the world from the world. And what this has shown me is that eventually all of our children, and she is still a child because she is an underage child, all of our children eventually will have to see how ugly the world is. All of them. Regardless of how we feel, regardless of what happens, all of our children will have to see, we'll have to see what the world is. What we as parents are supposed to do is protect them as long as possible, until they have to see what the world does, right? So this is what I'm gonna say. My focus right now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get into the show. My focus right now is trying to figure out the psychological damage, impact, and trauma that has been done to my daughter.
What is he talking about? The psychological damage and trauma that's been done to his daughter? Now, I just watched Corey Holcomb. I don't know. Again, I wasn't raised however his daughter is raised, but when I went to school, we would rib the hell out of somebody. We would rib you so bad you would be crying. Okay. Now, I understand some people live sheltered lives, some kids live sheltered lives, but Corey does not know his daughter, from my understanding. Now, I thought that him and Anton had just met. Corey does not know your daughter. He made some comments. So tell me, how does that mess up your daughter's mental capacity? I'm just not understanding. Corey is a whole stranger. So we're going to just listen to Anton's video. But if this is for real, this goes to the mental stability in the household, because your daughter is 17, okay? She's a 17-year-old. It's not like she's 14 or 13 or 12. But a 17-year-old is not the same as an 8, 7, 6, 12, 15. A 17-year-old is gradually, going into being an adult. So I'm just curious as to how Corey saying something about your daughter. Your daughter doesn't know Corey. Your daughter watched the 5150 show. Your daughter is on YouTube, Anton, sucking in all of this, because if that's correct, with everything that the people been saying about you, your daughter's been watching and listening to that too. Something about this is giving victim, okay? It's giving victim, because why with your daughter? I don't know if you guys watched Corey's show, but it was on pretty late. Not saying that his daughter couldn't have been up, but why would his daughter specifically be watching a Corey Holcomb show? Corey never said anybody's name. Not really, how can I put this? Not trying to cover for Corey, but I'm just saying, like, some of this is just not adding up. As a comedian, you go to a show, a comedian will rib you in the front seat. So I'm just not understanding. We're going to, finish listening to it. I feel like Anton is playing victim. The Corey story is running a little bit low. I feel now, okay, he wants to use his daughter. Again, I'm just not understanding how Anton is now on social media giving this issue to his daughter. She's broken. She ain't going to be able to make it. Like, why are you speaking these things out of your mouth? You should be telling your daughter, F that, yada, yada, yada. You don't ever, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not understanding. How can somebody be so broken from a stranger? Yeah, I don't get it. Is your something ain't right here? Help me out, y'all.
I pulling her out of school, early therapy, making sure that she is protected, trying to see what the fallout will be as far as her having to be removed from some of her competitions because of a lot of different things, including online bullying and psychological damage. There's a lot of.
So wait a minute. I'm confused. Y'all please help me out. Am I missing something? So he goes into online bullying. Is this something separate? Y'all please let me know. I am so confused. I feel like he's running a bunch of things together. The video was at you. He took a shot at you. Why is he pulling his child into this? This is weird.
Fallout from what happens to my daughter's life because she is so accomplished. She has some of the greatest schools in the United States of America that has been.
Y'all, did this Negro just say what happens to his daughter's life? What happens to his daughter's life? This Negro is sick.
Seeking her out, scholarships, looking for her to join the team. She is on track to be a United States Olympian. She was supposed to be possibly in the next Olympics. And I don't know how damaging this is to her psyche. I don't know. Who knows? This can be a lifetime of damage. We don't know.
Hi, I'm Alex, and we've raised a total of $60 million to help brands rank #1 on ChatGPT. Google gets 9 billion searches a day. ChatGPT is already at 2.5 billion a day and is projected to surpass Google by 2027, which means it will soon influence over $2 trillion worth of purchasing. Search has evolved. Buyers aren't typing keywords anymore. They're asking AI specific questions about what to buy. And if your brand isn't part of those answers, you're invisible. I know there are already 100 tools telling you how your brand is showing up in AI search, but that's not what gets results. Aerops is the only end-to-end solution helping you do the hard work of creating citation-worthy content that ChatGPT loves. Imagine your Chime, a banking platform competing in a crowded space where attention is everything. Aerops gives your team a live view of how you're showing up across both traditional and AI search, surfacing real customer questions like, how do I improve my credit score? Or what's the best credit card for beginners? From there, Aerops will recommend high-impact content I can create, changes I can make to my existing content, and community conversations that my brand should be engaging in. Aerops turns the data and knowledge from Zendesk, HubSpot, Gong, and others into unique inputs, refreshing content across each selected topic and guiding updates that blend your proprietary knowledge, brand accuracy guardrails, and brand voice. Built-in human-in-the-loop checkpoints let your team jump in and refine together, ensuring every update feels intentional and on brand. You want even more control? Edit your workflows directly in Aerops Studio. The result? Quality, authoritative, and trustworthy content that helps your brand get cited, trusted, and chosen. Once published, Aerops tracks performance of your refreshed content automatically, so you know exactly where to focus next. Teams often see 20 to 40% traffic growth from refreshes alone. This isn't theory. Our clients, Chime, Ramp, Webflow, LegalZoom, Vanta, Upwork, and so many more have 6x their AI traffic since working with Aerops. It's a big shift, and it takes work. That's why Aerops is here to help. Our solutions team and content engineering training program will set you up with the skills you need to get your first win in the first 30 days. We're so confident that if you don't at least 3x your AI search traffic after 6 months, we'll refund you up to $1 million. Go to aerops.com to book a demo today. As part of the launch, we're giving away a 12-page guide that we've used to drive over $100 million in incremental revenue for clients. In this guide, you'll learn how to build the system that scales velocity, optimize content for ChatGPT citations, copy the content org behind today's fastest brands, see how to influence Reddit threads that control ChatGPT opinion, and use the workflows that helped Webflow 5x their signups through ChatGPT. Comment Aerops below, and we'll DM it straight to you today.
See, having money in the markets without protection is like being in the sun without shades, right? The wealthy, however, they have systems where their money is protected regardless of what the markets do. And if you're interested and want to see one of these systems that I personally use, let me show you. So let me ask you something. What if you can get paid every single week just for offering to buy and sell stocks? No day trading, no staring at screens all day, and no crazy risk. Just a simple, repeatable system that prints money week after week. Because that's exactly what I'm about to show you. This is one of the most powerful strategies from Chapter 8 inside my book, The Laziest Investor's Blueprint to Financial Freedom. And it is called the Wheel Strategy. You see, instead of buying and holding stocks like everyone else, this method pays you just for offering to buy and sell them. So therefore, you can get cash deposits into your account every single week. It works whether the market is up, down, or sideways, and you can run it in just 15 minutes a day. So let me show you how it works. All right, let's start with step number 1. Pick the right stocks. You see, we don't gamble. We only target stocks that have been profitable for more than 5 years, that are big enough to avoid manipulation. So this is where we are looking for a market capitalization of $2 billion or more. Now, we also want to make sure that they pay dividends. So this way we can collect some extra cash. And we want to make sure that they offer weekly options so we can get paid every single week. All right, let's talk about step number 2. Selling the option to buy, which means selling put options. So you see, here's what we do. Instead of buying a stock, you sell someone the option to buy it from you later. So just for offering this deal, you get paid upfront, which is pretty cool. You see, if the stock stays high, you just keep all the money. And if it drops, well, you still keep all the money and you buy it at a discounted price. And that's what you wanted anyhow, right? Isn't it? Either way, you get paid. All right, now on to step number 3, selling the option to sell. This means selling covered calls. Now, once you own the stock, you sell someone the option to buy it from you later. You say, hey, if you want, you can buy my stock for, let's say, $107 next week. And you get paid again, just for offering this deal. If no one buys, okay, you just keep the stock and the cash. Now, if someone buys, you sell the stock, hopefully at a profit. That is the idea here, right? And then you just do it again and again and again. That's why I call it the wheel strategy, because it kind of just keeps spinning, paying you over and over again. And you see, that's how the world's wealthiest investors play the game. And it's all inside my book. But learning about it isn't enough. You need to take action. You see, right now, you have 2 choices. Option 1, do nothing. Go back to trading your time for money and go back to hoping things will change and go back to watching another year slip by. Or option 2, take control right now. Because for just $5, you can grab my entire step-by-step blueprint and start making your money work for you today. No guessing, no hoping, just a proven system that generates real, consistent cash flow. But here's the truth. You see, most people, they will never take action. Most people will watch this and then scroll past. And most people will be waiting for the right moment. You see, this is why they stay broke. But you're not most people. $5. No risk. No excuses. So click the link below, grab your copy, and start building your financial fortress today. See, the wheel is already turning. The only question is, are you in?
I'm gonna really need y'all to help me out. Please help me out. I don't know if it's that my skin is too thick or what. I mean, I was a child before, and I would cuss a grown person out. I'm just being honest. Like, I respected my elders, but you won't. What if you think you finna call me names? I know. Kids don't necessarily grow up the way that I grew up, but he's using some very strong words, and it's giving victim. I really now starting to think that Anton definitely went to the 5150 show for the smoke. Remember, if you guys, obviously you don't watch every video, but I told you guys that there's something called rage bait. Corey was minding his black business, never even came on to address the situation after it happened. Anton had been burning the internet up with videos about Corey being gay and all of this stuff he was saying about Corey back to back. But soon as the man responds, now he is in victim mode. His daughter's life is shattered. She ain't gonna be able to make it. She gotta go to the hospital. She ain't gonna be able to make it to any competitions because he seemingly said she was ugly. So if we are gonna be ruined by somebody calling us ugly, doesn't it speak to the household that we grew up in? Because I'm just not understanding. If you say you gave her so much love, but she believes what a stranger said, it also goes into, how does your daughter even know Corey? And why? Just tell me this. How do you allow your daughter to even be on some of these social media sites knowing people don't like you? So y'all, we just gonna, let it play out because it's a lot. So let's just let it play out and I'll get my commentary at the end.
Butterfly effect things that we do to our children. And the one thing that most fathers, black fathers, try to do is they try to make sure that their children are protected. That's what we do. As fathers, we don't really care what happens to us, right? Because that's just life. But we never, ever can imagine what would happen to our underage children. No. No matter what happens to us, we don't want anything. For those of us that are in our daughters' lives, we don't want anything to happen to our children. Under no circumstance. And so I don't know. I think that a lot of people don't really understand the impact. And I'm speaking to all of us, for all of us. We don't always know what the impact is to our children. We don't know the psychological damage, the emotional damage, the wreck that happens in their lives when other people go after children. I thought that children was off limits. But I guess not. I guess not. So my number one concern, and I'm going to say this, and again, this is for all of the civil, awesome black people out there and people in the United States of America that want to ensure that their children are protected. My number one goal is to always try to figure out how I can protect my underage child. My underage child. That's all I care about. I could have never imagined in 1,000 years the psychological damage and the impact.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to hold it, but this dude is wearing me out. The psychological impact because somebody seemingly called you ugly. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny and I don't, want to go in on your daughter, but I find it very hard to believe that she's never heard that before. This is giving victim. This man will use his daughter and anybody as long as he can monetize off of it.
The cries that I had to hear,
The cries that you had to hear. So did you go and tell your daughter to watch this? What are you talking about?
My immediate concern was, oh my God, who do I call? But I couldn't call anybody because everything was closed at the time.
Now get into this, y'all. This is how this Negro is lying. He started his podcast or whatever the hell this is, the Millionaire Morning Broke Show or whatever the fuck he call it, saying that people sent him clips. If people sent him clips, I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to interrupt. I just can't even take it. So if people sent him clips of it, it means he did not watch it, right? So that means that his daughter didn't watch it either because he said people sent him clips. This is how liars tell on themselves. Then he goes in to say, oh, there was no help I could get because it was too late. Help for what?
Were you recently injured in a car accident? Look at this check for $160,000. If you're looking to get money you're owed for an injury, I want you to imagine you and your family getting that money because I know a way that you can. Now, before you think I'm crazy, I want to show you how you can get the money that you are owed in the next 30 days. Now, if you've thought about hiring an attorney before, but you didn't because you were unsure or you had reservations, it's not your fault. You were probably given no guidance and couldn't get a straight answer out of anyone about how much money you actually could make. I want you to capitalize on a limited opportunity that can have you cashing out a massive check in the next 30 days. This opportunity won't last long, and it's perfect for anybody who's been in a car accident in the last 2 years. Do you still think it's impossible? I'm willing to guarantee that by clicking on the link below and filling out the 15-second quiz, you'll get a free case evaluation from one of the best attorneys in your area. As long as you are not currently working with an attorney, we're confident that our team will help you get the money you deserve in as little as the next 30 days. Still think it's too good to be true? Let me tell you about our client, Steven. Now, when Steven first came to us, he was really unsure if his case was going to be worth anything. He was facing a lot of uncertainties in his life, and he didn't know if he was going to get paid for his injury at all. Turns out, after filing a claim with us, he was able to take home over $100,000 in settlement from an accident that was over a year ago. It's possible, no matter what you thought in the past, you can get the money you are owed, and probably a lot more than you were expecting. Simply click the button below and answer the questions about your case. And if you qualify, an attorney from our team will lay out a game plan instantly and for free. The fact that you have been through this pain means you deserve to be compensated. Together, we're going to hold the parties responsible and get you the money that you are owed. You deserve more, and we're willing to get you more. So what I want you to do is click the link below and fill out the 15-second quiz. And if after completion it says that you've qualified, it'll ask you for some additional contact details. And someone from our team will reach out and will lay out the fastest game plan for you to get the money that you are owed and get massive compensation for your injury. The YouTube video you were wanting to watch will always be there, but this opportunity and the resources behind it are limited. So, click the button below, begin the short process, and we'll be in touch soon.
Let's be real. Getting over someone that you saw forever with, now that is a breakup that hits different. There was a time when I was stuck in a cycle of overthinking, romanticizing the past, and convincing myself that I had missed my one shot at love. I thought I was done. Don't get me wrong, I always knew that I would get over the relationship. Always knew that. That was never the question in my mind. It was more about how I wanted to come out on the other side of that breakup. I wanted to understand my patterns. I wanted to stop second guessing myself, and I wanted to know how to choose me better next time. I really wanted to learn that. And if therapy's been on your mind, this is your sign to stop putting it off. BetterHelp makes starting therapy way easier and way less intimidating. You just fill out a quick questionnaire and you get matched with a therapist in just a few days. And if the vibe is not right, you can just switch therapists at no extra cost. They've got over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 star rating on Trustpilot. So it's definitely a platform that you can trust. So if you're going through it right now, girl, just know that this does not have to break you. It can build you. You just have to choose healing on purpose. Through it right now, girl, just know that this does not have to break you. It can build you. You have to choose healing on.
Help for what? Because you said that he called your daughter ugly and she spazzed out. I'm confused because, again, if your daughter was uncontrollable based on what a stranger said, it speaks to you as a parent because something ain't right about that. Let one of my kids are, well, I don't have kids, they're adults, but would have came to me and told me somebody called them something and that we don't even know who these people are. So I'm just trying to understand a correlation. I mean, some people may say, oh, Corey, Are y'all trying to say Corey is a celebrity? I guess he's a comedian, but I wouldn't put him in the ranks of a Beyonce. I mean, this is not like Beyonce said that your child. You see what I'm saying? Now that could, maybe have some repercussions, but I don't know, y'all. This is giving some lies because the video was sent to him. Then, it was at night. We couldn't get any help. I'm so confused right now. Please, y'all help me out. And I'm trying to let the video play, but this dude is lying.
I said, well, that's weird.
So immediately pulling her out of school.
Well, excuse me, miss. I don't know if the man is lying or not, but all I can say, if somebody call my daughter ugly, I have a problem with that.
For instance, this clip right here. Here we go.
I have a problem with that. Yeah, me personally. Maybe you wouldn't, man. Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you used to people saying things like that, so you know how it feels. So you say, maybe she should just get over it. But I don't know. But somebody call my daughter ugly. We gotta fight. Point blank. Call my daughter ugly on a forum.
Sheriff Grady Judd here.
I'm gonna slap you.
I'm standing in a house of worship. And I think about last weekend in St. Paul, Minnesota, where people who came to worship were attacked.
Okay.
They were attacked by rioters.
What?
The service was disrupted. They cut at the very fabric of this great United States of America. We settled this country so many years ago so we could worship free the way we wanted to in whatever house of worship we chose. That attack is unacceptable. I can assure you that had that attack been in this community, every one of those rioters would be in jail today. That's where the federal government could have found them, on state charges, locked up. And I pray it's that same way.
I see this nigga real. Adam, take that for tomorrow. Hold up, let me get that. Pretty Ricky strikes again. It's your boy Dabrand knows evening edition. I'm about to get the doing this shit all day. I'm gonna give y'all some Nick Shirley news before I go, and then I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, man. It's all right.
I think that he did do that. It's disgraceful to do that. And I think that it's
most AI plugins do all the work for you. This one works with you. Meet co-producers, a plugin that finds samples that fit your...
Do this. Let's go.
So Nick Shirley made a video response. So the other week, I sat down with Andrew Callahan in Channel 5 to do a sit-down podcast-style interview. And when he goes and posts the video, I see he just posted an hour-long interview. I said, well, that's weird, because we actually spoke for around 2.5 hours.
He has the original video. This was really smart for him to record it himself. Very smart. He recorded it himself.
And then I go and watch the interview. I'm saying, well, what is this? This is not what happened. For instance, this clip right here.
Here we go.
What American city is prospering right now?
Basically, any place with low state tax is getting a lot of...
In any place that's not Democrat.
I don't know about that. I mean...
Name a Democrat city that's prospering right now.
Well, it would have to be one that's affordable.
Name one.
Denver.
Why are you smirking? It's not prospering. Denver's not prospering either. All right, so
that's the video that Andrew uploaded right there.
But this is the actual interaction of how it went.
Denver.
Why are you smirking?
Because I don't know if it's prospering.
It's not. See, you can't even answer the question. It's not prospering. Denver's not prospering either.
I agree that Democrat-run states are doing badly.
So he basically agrees with Nick Shirley off camera. He cuts those moments out, and then he posts it in a way that makes Nick Shirley sound like a schizo. What are you doing, man?
Let's move over to the next topic when we're talking about Somalians. This is what Andrew puts in the interview. 89% of the fraud is being committed by Somalians.
Where exactly is that statistic from?
You can pull it up on the screen. You'll find it.
I just want to know where it's from.
You want me to find it right now?
For sure, just so I can, I don't know, I believe you. I just want to make sure we have the exact...
Here, right here. Yeah, and it's not racist to say it. And this is what he just, for some reason, decides not to put in the interview.
89% of those charged in connection with
Wow. Identified as Somalian Americans. Well, looks like we've got redo there. I'm interested to see what you put in this interview because it looks like there is a problem with fraud.
Man, agrees with him off camera, cuts it out, and then makes Nick Shirley look like a...
He literally went out of his way to try and make me look bad, which is not cool. And I wouldn't say that's like very benevolent. But I promise you guys, if I ever do an interview with anyone, you're gonna get the full product.
So the full interview, yeah, here it is. Here's the full video, right? Nick Shirley and Channel 5 full interview. Like, did Andrew engage in deceptive editing that made people come to a conclusion that was not completely in line with what really happened? Yeah, I think that he did do that. It's disgraceful to do that. And I think that it's unbecoming of him. I think that after, because Andrew got exposed for being kind of like a weird sex pest, kind of getting canceled, and he took a break from the internet. He took total accountability from it. And I think that ever since Andrew's come back from kind of getting canceled that way, I think Andrew has leaned way farther on one side of the political spectrum. Before that, I think that he gave a lot of things a very fair shake. And now he's never going to present, I don't think, a right-wing viewpoint in a positive or an endearing manner. He's tried to avoid getting canceled again, basically, and try to maintain those viewers by effectively playing on their side. I think that's what's happened. Oh yeah, I saw this. So Nick Shirley made a video response. So
it's crazy, right? So they still playing games with the footage even, man. Trying to trick people, man. Hey, man, it's your opinion, man. You believe what you want, man.
Enough is enough. Let's join together for the good of the United States of America. Let's worship the way we want to, and let's everyone renounce the horribleness of last Sunday in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Let's see.
Hello, everyone. Sheriff Grady Judd here. I'm standing in a house of worship, and I think about last weekend in St. Paul, Minnesota, where people who came to worship were attacked. They were attacked by rioters. The service was disrupted. They cut at the very fabric of this great United States of America. We settled this country so many years ago so we could worship free the way we wanted to in whatever house of worship we chose. That attack is unacceptable. I can assure you that had that attack been in this community, every one of those rioters would be in jail today. That's where the federal government could have found them, on state charges, locked up. And I pray it's that same way all across the United States of America. Enough is enough. Let's join together for the good of the United States of America. Let's worship the way we want to, and let's everyone renounce the horribleness of last Sunday in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Want to really see something that said.
With that being said, I'm gone. I'll see y'all catch tomorrow. Brando, and I'm out.